Hello everyone, welcome to Infigon Talks. My name is Shubham and I'll be the host for today's interview. So Infigon Talks is a part of Infigon Future's flagship program where mentors from various institutes inspire and motivate aspiring students across the country. So today we have Mr. Harshit Sejra, who is currently pursuing his MBA in Business Management from XLRI Jamshedpur. He has done his graduation from NIT Bhopal as an ENTC engineer and was one of the college toppers there as well. And he has been part of several committees and NGOs and was the only student to be awarded the HULT Thomas Scholarship. Hello, Harshit. Welcome to Infigon Talks.
Hi, Shubham. It's great to be here. Thank you.
We are immensely delighted and honored to have you here with us. So let's dive into the questions right away then. Cool?
Sure.
Okay. So firstly, given the current circumstances and difficult times we all are going through and have gone through for that matter, you had already graduated and had also started your master's degree during the same period. So tell us something about that phase of your life, like how the scenario was for you.
Okay, Shubham. So the times have surely been difficult for the world, and it was no different for me. So there are times when I'm not feeling very positive and start thinking on the things that I'm missing out on. But one thing that I have adopted, and I adopted this a couple of years back, was to start looking at the brighter side of the things. And this is something that has helped me immensely through this journey. So like there are hundreds of things wherein people will say that this is not going in their favor, this is not going right for them. But at the same time, there are so many things that have actually been so good for you. So I started looking at the brighter side of the things, how I'm getting to spend so much time with my family, how I'm actually able to focus more on the work that I'm doing. So all these things really help me to like really continue with the same vigor and the same motivation. And like that's how the journey has been. It has been tough, but surely like it has definitely made me tougher and uh, a better version of myself.
Okay, that's really inspirational. And like you said, the key is to look at the brighter side. Great. So moving to the next question now, you've chosen business management as your specialization for your master's. So tell us why the NIT pass out engineer in you thought that you wanted to be in management.
Okay, so I think that's a very interesting question because like this is something which I come across a lot of times. So engineering is something that I love and I could actually understand most of what was taught to me. So, and I would also consistently score good grades, but somewhere during my sophomore year, I got drawn towards the field of management. So I started with a project wherein we were supplying products customized for the college students. And while working on that project, I actually got to understand the interest that I have in this field of management. Then I was also the event head of the literary society of my college and had to plan a lot of marketing and promotional campaigns for it. So all these instances happened while I was in my second and third year. And then during my internship at Appointee, I was there as an intern for a period of 8 months. So although I was working in the front end role, in the web development role, but I got a closer look at all the functions of a business and got a better understanding of where exactly my interest lies and which field do I want to go ahead with. So I figured out how I enjoyed the pre-sales process, the sales process, the marketing functions, these more than the web development, the functions that I was into. So I tried
Mhm.
looking for ways, I tried looking for means that would actually help me get into those fields. And that's where management came into picture. That's where business management came into picture. And I decided that, yes, this is something which interests me more. Although engineering is something that I've loved, but business management was, I thought that this is the thing for me. And I decided to go ahead with it.
Okay, and looks like it has been working pretty well for you, right? So that's what matters in the end. Great.
Exactly.
So moving on to the next question, you were also awarded the HULT Thomas Scholarship and were the only student to do so. So could you tell us what exactly this scholarship is about?
Sure, Shubham. So, this HULT Thomas Scholarship is awarded to a first year student every year from Accelera Jamshedpur, and it judges you on a number of parameters. So there are multiple rounds to the scholarship, wherein the first round revolves around, sorry, like, is there a lot of disturbance? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so yes, so I'll continue with the HULT Thomas bit. So it is awarded to one student every year from Accelerate Jamshedpur. And it judges you on a number of parameters. So there are multiple rounds to it, wherein the first round involves you writing an essay, writing and submitting an essay to the team. So I precisely remember that we had to write a 1,500 word essay on a topic that they had given to us, which revolved around how to be positive during these tough times. Since COVID was at its peak at that point in time, and the world had no idea where are we going. The vaccination programs were not completely rolled out. So there was a lot of uncertainty around. So the essay revolved around it, following which the company had shortlisted 3 candidates basis the essay. And in the finals, they evaluated us on our profile, on our past profile, the grades that we have scored, the number of committees or the NGOs that we have been a part of, and how we have performed academically over the last few years. So basis all this profile evaluation and basis the submissions that we had made in the first round, I was awarded this scholarship.
Wow, that's very commendable of you, Harshit, I must say. Okay, so now we all know that Xavier School of Management is one of the most reputed and oldest B schools in India. And we would love to know how the normal day in XLRI looks like.
Okay, I think that's a very interesting question. So I think even I'll have to think of what it looked like for me, or what it looks like for me. So I think it basically depends on like what are your priorities over there. I mean, if I talk about, there is so much to do in a B school, and especially in a school like XLRI, where like you have a number of events going on parallelly, one after the other. Like you have sports, you have literary events, you have other cultural events going on, then you have academics to manage. So there is so much going on in a school like XLRI. So it totally depends on what your priority is, the number of things that you would want to do. So now there are two things which happen. It's like, one is that you maintain a good lifestyle. Like you are getting 8 hours of complete sleep and you're feeling all healthy and everything. And the other thing that you realize is that there is so much to do in just these 2 years. So sleep is one thing that takes a backseat, and that's how things are for me. So like we don't really have any fixed time when we go to sleep. It's like sometimes we are sleeping at 3 in the night. Sometimes we are pulling out an all-nighter and sleeping at 6 in the morning. So in general, schedule looks like you wake up at 9 in the morning for your lectures, for your classes. You manage your daily course, your breakfast, your lunch, and everything, and the classes continue generally till 5:30 in the evening. Following which you divulge into other activities. So like if there's a sport you are interested in. So suppose I play cricket. So every day I would go for the cricket practice post my classes. Following that, I would have some committee work, or I'll have some other work to do. And then in the end, like we are burdened with a lot of assignments. I would not use the word burden, but yes, we have so many assignments to go ahead with. So like every day on a daily basis, you have to give time to those assignments, to those projects that you're working on. So in general, a daily day is like it's full of events. Like there's sports, there is like fun with your friends. There's a lot of academic load which is there, and in the end, the best thing about it is that there's a lot of learning. So anything that you do, a lot of learning is involved, and like that really helps you to grow as an individual. So it makes you a multitasker, it makes you a team person, and it eventually helps you grow as an individual.
Wow, it must be really exciting for you guys out there.
Definitely.
Wonderful. So looking at a profile, we must say that you have earned many achievements in very early stages of your life. So what, according to you, are the key factors to build a good profile?
So first of all, I would differ that I have a lot of achievements with me, because when I see people around me, I think a lot of people are doing way better than me. But yes, talking about how to build a good profile, I think one thing that has always helped me is to never sit idle. So there have been points in my life wherein I have nothing to do, like for a period of 1 month. So like I have this month wherein my graduation is done and my post graduation or accelera is about to begin. So like those are the times when you should be looking for something productive to do. So this is one thing that I've always followed, is to always utilize your time in a productive manner. Keep looking for opportunities that make you happy and cater to your long-term growth. So like there are so many opportunities out there. There are so many online education platforms which you can use to actually enhance your skills, to upskill yourself. And this is what the key has been for me. I never like to sit idle. Even if I have a 2 week window in between, I try looking for something that can help me grow in my career. Some course is there, or maybe some project with some company, or some committee work, or any sort of volunteering that I can do over there. So the only secret for me for building a good profile was to always keep looking for opportunities and never sit idle. So yes, this is what I have followed.
Okay, those were some really helpful tips out there. Great. Okay. Finally, coming to our last question, what advice or tips would you like to give to the aspiring students who happen to have interest in business management?
Okay, so yes, this is a very important question, because like I'll be speaking on the ground reality over here. So a lot of people I have seen, when they start preparing for MBA, especially people who are engineers and who have done their engineering and are males. So we usually refer to them as gems. So like these are the people who have done their engineering, and it's always fear that it's difficult for them to get into these good B schools, and this is the fear which a lot of people have in their minds. They feel that like 2 lakh people are sitting for the entrance examination, and hardly like 2,000 of them would get into one of the top 6 IIMs. So the first and most important thing that any aspirant or any person who is aspiring to become to pursue MBA in his life is to have confidence in himself or herself. He or she should have in mind that yes, this is doable. Because if I talk about Accelerate Jamshedpur, around 60 to 70,000 people appear for its entrance test, and only 180 get into the business management program. If you start thinking in those terms, you'll always feel that 180 out of 70,000, that's just impossible. So the moment this comes into your mind, you just can't actually get to that mark. So the first and the foremost important thing is to have confidence that yes, this is doable, this is not impossible. So this is the first thing. Second thing would be to have confidence in oneself. Third thing would be to consistently work hard. So a lot of people, what happens is when they decide on preparing for the entrance examinations, they'll prepare very well for the first 15 days or the first 1 month, but soon their motivation level starts dropping. So this is another thing that you have to keep in mind, that consistent hard work is very important. And once you have confidence in you, you have that positive mindset, you're working consistently hard, things are bound to get better for you, and you are eventually bound to achieve what you are desiring for. So I think these are the 3-4 tips that keep in mind that nothing is impossible, have confidence in you, consistently work hard, and keep a positive mindset. I think this will definitely help you achieve whatever you want to.
That's so true. That's so true. I'm pretty confident that this will surely help everyone watching us. So thank you so much, Harshit, for taking out time and sharing your thoughts with us. It was indeed a pleasure to have you here as a student mentor.
Thank you so much, Shubham. I really enjoyed the questions, and they were actually questions related to the ground reality, which like even I used to face as an aspirant, and I think a lot of aspirants are going to face in future. So thanks a lot for having me here.
My pleasure. Thank you. So here we conclude our session. With this, see you next time with another thrilling interview. Until then, for what it's worth, drop a like, share, and subscribe to Infigon Futures. Thank you so much.